There are kings, there are fools, and those who till the land. There are living, there are dead, above as below the sands. And what they know is much the same, little and less still. Who moves the piece and clears the board, and acts as our free will? Those who can, yet do not, are wasted by their deeds. And those who do, yet balance not, are swallowed up by greed. The trust we place in gods and lords is fickle in its faith. For when gold's aglow, then taken low, our gods become our wraith. But where is trust in true and just to steer this mighty wheel? The shadow trust, the 12 of us who are yet aren't real. Your thoughts, my second son?
I suppose it's about who we trust with power.
Good. Please, continue.
It's about us, the Shadow Trust, about who should decide who turns the wheel, about who should guide those in power, and who will decide what must change.
And you would be that agent of change?
I will be. That's why you gave me this gift, is it not?
I have offered you no gift. I've simply given you time. Were you born in the Greenway? Should your ears be sharpened by birth? Would this seem a gift? A few more years? Would I cut short your time? Would I be taking something away?
I doubt I would have any opinion on the matter at all, Master.
My second son, your true gift has always been your ability to make me laugh. I find our time together liberating.
As do I, Master.
You are young, very young, and no matter how long you live, I know you always will be. The shadow can see many things. This I see clearly.
I don't understand.
The young seldom do. Alas, the daylight encroaches on our time, and I must retire.
Yes, Master. Can I do anything for you before I leave?
No, my second son, you have done much and more for this old fool. Go and return to your training.
Yes, Master.
My second son, would it not destroy you, I would make you the one to guide the ship.
And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier. Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Yes.
Let's talk about playing a D&D character.
Oh, okay.
Like what that entails. When you make a character, do you have a couple kind of ideas of what you want, or do you just kind of bare bones it and then develop on the fly?
I like going in with a backstory and sort of a personality content kind of thing, concept. I couldn't think of the word concept.
It was a C word. There was a C word.
So what I do oftentimes when I make a character, and I honestly don't know if this is something that anybody else does, but I will usually take some part of my own personality, whether it's like something that I have like currently or like a part of my personality that was maybe more prevalent when I was younger, and I sort of make that the main aspect of the character's personality. So like I think you can see that very clearly with Adri, is that I took sort of
She's a dork.
when I was a kid, I was very dorky and I was like pretty not isolated, but just like I was like shy and I didn't have a lot of friends. And
I thought you were just gonna say I was pretty and then just edit the rest of it out. Like, wow, ego monster.
No, but I would say like as a kid, I was especially just sort of naive about a lot of things. And so I took that concept and that was like sort of the core of Adri, and then I built around that. And that's usually what I do.
It's interesting. And when you have done that for multiple characters?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I'm sort of like your touchstone for how to build.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way for me to understand how to play a character is if I have like this sort of core personality concept that I can build around. Because I feel like if I go in blind, then I have trouble sort of like making decisions that the character's going to make, or even like I'll pick, like if they're a spellcaster, I'll pick spells that someone with that personality would do. So like, for example, Adri has never cast Inflict Wounds, even though it is a very powerful spell and it deals a lot of damage. That's just something that Adri is not going to do. So it's like a spell that I never take for her.
Yeah, it's like a cause pain, like hand gesture.
Yeah.
Which is weird to think about.
Yeah,
I mean that's a cool way to set up a character. It helps it feel more natural, right? Because it's grounded in something that is very familiar.
Yeah.
When I make a character, I tend to try to think first of its purpose, like what was the idea for the character, right? Like what's his role? What's their role in the game, right? So for Kaeviir, it was we had a lot of players, and I didn't want to clog up combat too much because I know that games, in particular games that are recorded for podcasts and stuff like that, can get cluttered with the number of turns. Do you know what I mean? Combat's after 4 players, combat gets really long.
Yes.
5 people is long. 6 people feels like fucking an eternity, and any more than that, and just I don't want to play this anymore. Right?
Yeah.
It takes too long to get back around to, you know what I mean? Sometimes you set something up, and then by the end of combat, the situation's changed so dramatically, it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah, or whatever you set up, by the time that it gets to your turn, you can't do it for whatever reason.
So for Kaeviir, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, when I originally made him, I wanted to make it so that he could engage in combat in a way that would benefit everyone else, so that they could all, because we had a lot of players at the time, I was like, they could all get the benefit in combat and really enjoy combat. And I could just use kind of like my understanding of tactics to give them advantage and flank people and trip people, use the help action. That was like what he was going to do. And I was like, well, how do I make that entertaining? And I was like, what if he taught people how to fight? What if he was like a fighting instructor? And instead of like in combat, when people would fight, he would just be walking around the battlefield with like a stick, like tapping people on the foot and be like, no, put your foot back. And I just thought, that's my wrinkle, right? That's a funny, cool visual of this overly confident old man walking around correcting people on their fight in the fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's unique. I'll play this character without any weapons or anything. It's going to be a completely unique character, right? And then through playing that guy, I was like, well, who does he teach? right?
Right.
Who were the people? Was he training knights? I'm like, well, he's not a knight
Mhm.
character. It'd be weird for a knight to listen to an old man who couldn't wear armor and couldn't swing a sword. So I was like,
Mhm.
maybe like agents, like spies or something like that. People who are maybe not super built,
Mhm.
like physically, but are capable. And maybe it's like high level teaches agents. And I'm like, oh, well, I need an agency. Who did he work for? And I'm like, you know what if he just was a professional at everything he did? What if, like, when he walked in and people are like, do you know how to gamble? He's like, I was a professional gambler for 10 years. And then, like, people are like, oh, do you know how to sail a ship? He's like, I was a professional sailor. And he would just, the tagline was that he was just gonna say that about everything. He was just some old man, and he was just going to walk around and be like, look, I'm a professional, excuse me. And just take over a situation, right? And I was like, well, that's how these characters in my mind, that's how they work. I think about an interaction. I'm like, that's the charming part of that interaction. I like that. Yeah. I want to keep that part. And so then I'm like, well, how do I get to that part? And so my character is about, anytime I make one, it's about interactions. It's about, like, how do I make this guy more interesting than the tools that I'm given allow me to be, right?
Yeah.
The professional that we see now is like a master agent, this face changing, fucking costumed, fucking secret agent is a byproduct of what originally was just going to be some old man with a stick who was just yelling at people about being bad at what they're doing, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think you can still see the fibers there because he does like to yell at people.
Go ahead.
The crotchetiness was a byproduct of being around Ragnak a lot. I think it was just a lot of kind of Joe Pesci and what's that guy from the other actor from Home Alone?
Oh,
like little smart guy, big idiot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that like Pinky in the Brain kind of build.
I had that sort of like when, because I didn't play the first game, but I had listened to it before I joined, and I also had that sort of idea of like, how would I interact with the rest of this party? And so I remember when I listened to the first game, I was like, everybody is so grim and serious and solemn. I need to, like, be the sunshine sort of thing. Like, I need to have that sort of, like, I didn't want to bring another, like, here's another serious person showing up. I wanted, like, someone to be really positive and have that kind of build off.
We were under the impression when we started that there was going to be a lot more serious tone. Like, that's sort of when we sat down to play it, we were Ravenloft and serious.
Yeah.
And I think probably your joining the game is what set the tone of it. I will say that it would have probably devolved into some comedic stuff no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times you're trying to stay high energy at the table, and comedy is a good way to keep people high energy. But I think the fact that there's so much, like, there's like a tenderness there that wouldn't have been there in any other like kind of combination of players. I think that makes the unit, it develops, like, if the entire team were a character, that might be the fundamental base for the rest of the team, if that makes sense. For the feel of the group as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of different players too. We had Ragnak, we had Chunikote, right? We've had a lot of NPCs. We had players from outside Patreons from back in the day. We had an issue with the Patreon joining the game thing, partially because mic quality is not great for the average listener.
Yeah, it was wildly different.
Yeah, sorry, we can't send a Shure microphone to your guys' house to record, so we had to stop doing that.
It was very fun though. And I like you mentioned all the different NPCs. I like how our characters have different interactions with the same NPC. So like how Kaeviir interacts with Victor and how Victor interacts with Kaeviir is very different from like how Adri and Victor interact with each other.
Right. And the same, like, I think that we also have those NPCs in the game that are tied almost specifically to us. Maybe weren't intended that way, but just, Kaeviir's interaction with Father Lucian, because they're both older gentlemen and they kind of interact with each other. I don't think Father Lucian's supposed to be old. I think he's a younger guy I don't know.
Maybe,
but he's old when I talk to him.
Dealing with Kaeviir has aged him.
Yeah, I bet it has. But yeah, but I mean, there's also those interactions where like Kaeviir, when he faked his own funeral, and he was just like, all of my spy friends would think this is hysterical. And then Adri just did not think it was funny.
Adri did not see the humor in that.
And she was like genuinely upset. And he was like, what? Oh, she's mad now. Like, he's just unprepared for that, because in his world that does not exist. That vibe of like authenticity does not exist. Everybody's lying to each other all the time. So yeah, he literally on the first time he's been on his back foot in a long time. It was like, what the fuck, is she like upset for real?
Our cook has faked their death like 8 different times. Like, it's just what happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that the group is very well put together. And I think that sometimes when you make a character, you just have to roll with the punches of what happens. And that oftentimes will make a better character in the long run.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? I see a lot of people in Baldur's Gate that's real popular right now, making characters and not putting any thought behind who they are. Right?
Yeah.
They're just making a character for the game and playing the game. And I'm like, every decision that you make on this character sheet should be thought about. I have a Dragonborn who doesn't want people to know he's Dragonborn, so he has to have disguised self on at all times. Yeah. Anyway, we don't want this intro to go too long, but that's sort of, I think if you're making a character, whether it's in Baldur's Gate or in the game, try to make it interesting.
Yeah, I think it's more fun to have the sort of limitations from however your character would act about certain things. I think it makes it more interesting, and you can always like have a new character for a different game. Yeah. All right. So you want to go to this week's episode?
This new season.
This is, we are back in Return to Ravenloft. This is season 2. Episode 1. There's a snake in my boat.
Oh no. Oh no. Boat snake.
Boat snake. Classic scenario that we've all experienced.
There's a snake in my boat. What's up, Nate?
Do I even want to ask? Hello.
Talking about.
Oh yes. Nate,
tattoo.
Will you marry me?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
I was hoping I would never ask.
DC's still holding out.
About damn time. What took?
I wouldn't tell Rachel, bro. You may not come back from Maine.
No, Nate, we were talking about my friend got a tattoo in his hand today. I'll send it to the freelance chat so you can see.
Everyone said ow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He said it hurt a lot.
No shit, Sherlock. Fire's hot, water's wet. No shit.
Well, he's gotten a lot of tattoos already.
Okay.
The hands are different.
But yeah, I guess the hands are different.
The
They're
hands, the
thin,
top of
but
the foot, the back of the fuck that.
it's all the
Back of the
nerves
leg.
too.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ! I look like Grizzly fucking Adams. Holy shit! I haven't shaved in probably like a week and a half because I don't fucking care. I have
don't care.
I have zero. I have fucks to take at this point, not to give, but I don't know.
You gonna Gimli braid that piece?
Oh.
Yeah, it's all going gray, so I got that going for me, which is nice.
Yep. You're gonna look like the oatmeal guy soon.
Diabetes. Hi, I'm Harry Oldman. I'm here to talk to you about
Is about Wilford
diabetes.
Brimley?
Yeah.
I meant the Quaker Oats guy.
Oh, you bet the
Yeah.
Well, I mean, same
Just
difference.
to get you a powdered wig.
Ah,
A powdered milk wig.
A hat with a buckle on it.
Yeah.
big
You need
platform,
buckles on your hat.
big platform shoes. Some kind of weird vest.
Weird vest.
Yeah,
This is an elaborate oatmeal guy costume.
yeah. Go full pilgrim.
I bet you that oatmeal guy accused multiple women of being witches.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. He seemed like a witchy kind of. He had that look.
You
Sure.
made a bowl of oatmeal that didn't taste like horseshit. Witch!
Cinnamon.
Witch.
Cinnamon apple. Bitch, get on that stick.
We shall drown her in the oatmeal, and if she survives, she was a witch. He is the iconic look for a witch hunter, though.
I wonder if any witches ever, or people that were accused of being witches, ever just embraced it and said, "If you kill me, I'll curse your whole village, and you'll all die in screaming horror."
Pretty
Dude,
sure.
there had to be a couple, yeah.
I would have totally done that.
Just some
Fuck,
real,
dude,
just some real.
You know
snarky
you're not
women.
getting out of it, so you got to fuck with their heads at least once before you fucking burn.
Yeah, that's your last ditch effort. And I'd also be like, "I'll curse you all to have your penises will rot away."
Ooh.
Damn straight, dude.
From the tip down, like a candle melting.
Gross.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody put out a cigar.
Yeah, it'll look like a tree stump with mold on the top.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just grind it down like a fucking truffle.
Oh god.
All right. We ready to play?
Yeah. On that note.
Episode title, Grind It Down Like a Truffle.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
All right, what time is it? It's about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do I have 5 hour now? Or do I have 5 hour later?
Why not?
Why
both?
not both?
Because we'll die.
There's just like, fuck these two. They're gonna get
Yeah. I got one valve left and it's working hard. All right. Where did we leave off?
Lord Soth had made an appearance.
Y'all dropped him off and Ubered him to shore.
Yeah.
And he walked towards shore, started raising things, and y'all went back to the boat as fast as you could. You're like,
all right, later.
Here's the really important question. Did that son of a bitch leave us a 5-star review or not? Because if he didn't, I'm going to be pissed. Better damn well be a tip.
Oh, there was a tip.
Gross. Grind it down like a truffle.
All right, so we went back to the ship, right? We
went back to the river dancer.
Go a bit farther before we disembarked.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, you kind of have that giant mist thing in front of you now.
Yeah.
So.
That's right.
So you guys do reach back the ship on the ship, Captain Larissa is standing there next to Kevin, and I know his goddamn name. The kobold.
Hawks.
Hawks. Sorry. So yeah, Larissa's standing there next to Kevin and the Hawks as you two begin. Your boat reaches back to the main ship, and they lower the ladder and the ropes to start bringing up the longboat.
So, you guys have a nice trip?
It was interesting.
Uneventful, thankfully.
Well, I'm glad I could miss it. I'm pretty certain that guy's keeping an eye out for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think because I'm famous. Regionally, a high grade export.
Like a local hero sort of thing.
Well, local, more like regional, worldwide. In my realm here, mostly people know who I am.
Well, how would they know who you are if you're still currently, what are we saying right now, 15, 16?
I'm gonna look at the jacket that I'm wearing, the hat that I'm wearing, the tie that I'm wearing. I think they might put it together.
Oh, sorry, wasn't aware that you were established by brand.
How else would you be established?
Well,
I'm gonna pull up my pipe.
Pretty sure at least one other person in this realm wears a hat and a coat and smokes a pipe.
And the only reason they know them is because of my work branding.
Oh, is that how that works?
That's how this worked. I don't know if it's how it normally works, but this is how it worked in this instance.
All right. Well, I kind of look out toward the mist and go, so we still have a bit of a problem out that way. I look at Larissa as captain. How's the ship holding up after that sort of abrupt left turn?
We're going to be docked for probably a week doing repairs.
Immediately?
Well, we keep sailing. We take the chance of more damage happening to the ship, depending if we get popped with a storm or something, and then the damage gets worse, and I really rather not sink my steamboat.
Yeah.
I have no issue equipping you with a longboat if you guys need to leave before then. Luckily, we didn't enter that mist, because who knows where we would have ended up, and hopefully it was ocean, but...
Sorry, is Larissa the Jeff Bezos of this place? Does she have a boat that spits out another boat?
Mm-hmm. Well,
no.
Are we on a super yacht right now?
Well, maybe what passes for 1 year. I don't know.
More like a Carnival cruise ship. I'm gonna hold up one of the shrimp cocktails.
Yeah. Yeah, we
no. Well, you guys were on one of her longboats.
Yeah.
So.
She's got a whole fleet of longboats. Oh, isn't she fancy now?
She is fancy.
Well, by passenger ratio, I believe it's.
I thought you said last time she only had the one.
I wasn't aware that OSHA was in charge of making sure that that boats in the domains of dread had the appropriate head count to safety boat regulations.
I'm sorry.
Well, you're saying longboat, not lifeboat.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's a long boat because it's the only way you're going to have a long life. Otherwise, you're going to be drowned at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well,
you guys can take one of the river canals in deep and head through the land that way.
I mean, part of me feels a little uneasy about leaving a captain with a damaged ship. I'm sort of partially responsible for said damage. I mean, I was the one that suggested. Now, that being said, I don't think there were many good alternatives, and she didn't have to go along with my suggestions. So I don't, I feel only a little bad about that portion, but I still feel bad about leaving a captain high and dry with a broken ship and well, see ya.
I'm fine with it.
I'm also fine with that.
That's what I figured. I was going to be overruled. So, I mean, I am but a humble passenger on this on this trek right now. So, if the other two are going to,
I'm not a boat repair specialist, so.
Well, you've got two hands, do you not? I mean, you can.
They have two hands. I'm not more qualified than them. They use a boat all the time. There's a lot more of them than me, and they have a vested interest.
You have a houseboat, right?
No, it's a skyship.
Same difference.
It's not. It's very different.
What's the likelihood of said skyship being fully operational without any damage when we find it?
Very unlikely.
Okay. So you're going to want help with that, right?
No, I'm going to demand help from that. That's the difference. That's where they really slipped up. If they would have demanded help, I would have had a much harder time leaving. That's not true. I would have just left anyway. I'm not going to ask them to help me.
I'm just saying, okay.
What, we're going to stay in here and fix their boat for them? What's wrong with their boat?
I just kind of make a grand gesture to the port side that currently has a massive slash through it, where there was an anchor and a chain that basically ripped right through the deck. It actually almost decapitated the two of them, did it not?
Oh, you're talking about in the cabins.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a boat float. That's just where a person sleeps on top of a boat.
And what happens if water gets in those giant holes that have been
made? If water's on the top part of the boat, then you already have problems.
I'm going to have to side with Kevin on this. I mean, he really, like we've already agreed to help him find his skyboat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's all about the newest ship. Whatever the newest ship I come across is where my loyalties lie. I had a boat once, and then I saw a skyship that I was really into, so we went looking for that. Then we found this boat with all these actors on it, and now that one's the only one I care about. How about you stay loyal to a boat? How about you pick a boat?
When can we board that longboat, Captain?
Anytime.
As soon as you guys
I'm sorry,
would
you're
like.
talking to them.
As soon as you would like.
I will reach into my bag. I will toss her 10 gold and say, if it were up to me, I'd be staying and helping to give you a hand here, but hopefully this will kind of help towards making any repairs you might need to make.
This lady has way more money than us. You know that, right?
I am a passenger on her ship.
You're gonna have to break that habit. That is gonna be a real hindrance for you. I'm gonna look at Kess and be like, "Can you believe this guy? Can you believe him?"
I mean, we got
only if she was Adri right now, you would be in a whole nother set of trouble right now.
Well, I would just cover the boat with a blanket. We'd get the fuck out of here.
Sort of grab her by the shoulders or armor and go, remember, damn it, I need you right now.
Oh, the swing vote.
The chains are rusty on the swing boat right now, unfortunately.
It won't matter. Once she comes back, she's still in her contract.
All right. I will make amends so that I feel better, so that I will be able to sleep at night knowing that in some way I've at least tried to help a fellow captain whose ship has been damaged, because I would expect the same courtesy returned to me.
From every passenger that happened to board your boat?
No, but from another captain, at least.
You're not a captain. Where's your ship?
Hawks tugs on Kess's armor.
Yeah.
Why is the boat so important?
Look, these three, and Cass is going to gesture at Larissa, Rain, and Kevin. She'll be like, they each have a boat, and they each value different things out of either boats or their specific boat. So this is just like a whole boat contest, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be here.
We're part of the boat Letariat.
He pulls out a paper and begins to fold it. I have a boat now. How do you name a boat? Hawks wants to know how to name a boat.
I think they're usually named after like a concept.
Yeah,
He kind of just looks dumbfounded for now. He's gonna try to figure out what the hell a concept is.
This one's named the Dio because it's a holy diver. You can see its stripes, but you know it's clean. All right. Are we ready? Captain, very nice to meet you. I'm going to hold my hand out.
She shakes it. Kevin, you stay out of trouble, but I don't think that's possible.
Probably not. I'm going to like wink at her and then smoke my pipe and walk over to the longboat. All right. Who knows how to operate one of these thingamadoos?
Hawk shows running. I'm the captain now. I know.
Look at me.
Bye, Captain Lady. Hawk takes off.
I'm going to stand at the front of the boat, like knee up on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Got a George Washington, this motherfucker? Is that what you're going to do? Okay.
We'll call this one the Delaware.
Oh, fuck.
Have you guys ever heard that George Washington song?
Is that the one that you showed me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
God. It's so good. I kind of want to show it to you, but I don't want to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But when we take a break, remind me.
Make a mental note. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Kess is gonna kind of give like a little bow to Captain Larissa. She'll be like, "Thank you for getting us this far and for use of your longboat. Will you be able to how are we gonna get it back to you?"
Send one of their people out with the boat. They'll pilot it out. We'll get off. They'll bring it back, just like you guys just did.
I had a feeling we might be going a little bit further than just the coastline, right? Seemed like we needed to go much further up the coast.
Didn't we buy it for 10 gold already?
I guess.
The captain just
hold on. Can I walk back over to the captain?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna hold my hand out to shake her hand again.
She reaches to shake your hand a second time.
This time I'm gonna take my two middle fingers, my ring finger and my middle finger, and I'm gonna tap it against the back part of her palm.
Okay.
Each one independently, 1, 2, and then I'm going to pull my hat low.
I figured you guys are good for the longboat. I understand.
Oh.
Well, I will make sure to add that to my log of favors owed.
Of course.
It was
You
nice
guys
to
have
see
a professional time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to leave this boat. Hawks, if you will, the rigging.
Hawks, aye. Mm-hmm. What the fuck's a rigging?
Grab that oar.
Yes, sir.
I'll grab the others, and we'll start moving along.
He gets 2 rows for every one of yours.
Yeah.
I want to look at Cass and be like, either or. Get it?
Gotta make sure that when I reach down on the backstroke, I'm splashing a little water into the boat.
Cass, how's your cartography?
I mean, I kind of know this area. Like, I grew up in Darkon, but
Do you know where we're headed?
I haven't tried to especially make a map or anything.
I'm gonna look up to the sky. Clearly it's dark and foggy and misty, and normally navigating by the sun seems like a good system, but here it might be a little tricky.
Mm-hmm. See.
Captain,
Hmm.
how about you?
I mean, I know the area about as well. This is not an area I frequent, but I'm pretty certain I could figure out where we are and where we're headed. Yeah.
A scroll drops down in the boat with you guys.
Is that a map?
It's a map.
Thank you.
Larissa gives you a kind of a flip of her hand. Rain, Captain Trichet.
Mm-hmm. Captain Larissa.
May we meet again in another realm.
Oh, you know how salty sea dogs are. I'm pretty sure we'll cross paths somewhere.
Hey yo.
All right.
I'm gonna look at Cass and be like, I think they're talking about sex. I think they're gonna do it.
I think you're too young for those thoughts, Kevin.
Maybe that's why you didn't.
Maybe you should grow a little.
Who said that to me?
Captain.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, I think I got you by a couple of 1,000 years.
Oh, you know, kids when they start entering that puberty phase, it's all they can think about.
Must be why Rain didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
He wanted to
He needed to.
Stay
and I'm going to hold up the quotation marks. Fix the hole.
Hawks is just like, what hole?
The boat hole.
Oh. How are you going to fix it?
She's going to clog it up, I would imagine.
What do you got big enough to clog that big of a hole?
Nothing. That's the problem for him.
Damn.
A bunch of water splashes on the back of his coat.
Gonna use
the water's cold.
Prestidigitation to.
Yeah.
Better.
So, how far out would we be from our location?
Well, I guess I'll open the scroll up. We had decided that we were going to travel down a river whose name escapes me at the moment.
It used to be called the Vishad River.
Okay.
So
now it's called Bob's River. All right. Do I know where we are in relation to where we want to go? Via the map.
The river will run you alongside the Vale of Tears. It'll take you guys probably a few days.
Okay.
Going through the river. It's definitely not as fast as the open sea, but it will cut you. It's a curvy path through the continent, but it will cut you through almost the center of Darkon.
Okay.
Eventually at a point, because I'm assuming the destination is the Vale of Tears, where Kess saw Victor, or where you're assuming Victor was at based on the trees in the forest.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, the best educated guess would be the Vale of Tears.
And that's near the desert, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The desert's on the other side of the Vale of Tears. Well, yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah, you guys will actually take the Visher River down south past the city of Karg, and then, you find the Vale of Tears.
Okay.
It's
so
still weird. Go for it.
I want to sit back to the front of the boat, and I'm going to lay like my feet kind of cross them and hang them over the edge. I'm like, Kess.
Yeah.
So tell me about your childhood here in Darkon. I'm going to look over at Rain and be like,
well, my parents died when I was young.
Oh.
As an only child. Yeah. And then
do you know how they died?
Undead attack.
Seems plausible.
It's a lot of undead and Darkon.
Yeah.
Then I found my way to an orphanage where I lived for a while, but it turned out that the woman in charge of it was a hag. So I ran away from there and made it on my own for a while. Then I came back to the orphanage and killed her and burned the building down. I've been adventuring ever since.
Right. How old are you?
How old am I? Gonna like give him a weird look.
You never ask an elf their age.
I lean over to Hawks and go, here, look, just between you and I, you don't ever ask a woman that question. That is the dumbest thing you could possibly do.
He looks over. Okay.
Around 120, 130. I don't remember my exact birth date since my parents died.
Right.
But you're much older, is that right?
Correct.
Hawks is looking at both of them. He tugs on Rain again. I think they're lying.
I think you're right. Although it more has to do with one of them's confused. But the other one's definitely lying.
So how many childhoods have you had, Kevin?
2. 3. 2. 2 childhoods. Out of a
Hawks is
bunch of
counting on his fingers.
A bunch of adulthoods. Normally, we try to skip this part. It's very annoying and difficult to manage. Unfortunately, I had to leave in a rush. I was in a little bit of a hurry. You know, politics.
Right. So you just usually skip being a kid.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound fun.
It's not about fun. I had my childhood, by the way, not fun. The second one's
you can have a fun one.
This one's not really working out to be fun either. So
Hawk splashes him.
Prestidigitation. And I'm gonna just stare at him and relight my pipe. Not exactly. No, that's not how I would describe it.
Well, now wait a minute. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard someone say that if they had an opportunity to be reborn, but know everything they knew, that, you know, it seems like that would be rather advantageous to go through a second childhood having all the experiences of an adult, would it not?
It sounds like something that someone who's only been sleeved once, one body would say.
Well, I guess we don't all have the ability to be reincarnated.
Well, you all do have
what
the
does he mean by
to.
sleeve?
It's not the privilege.
It's a long story, Hawks.
Hawks have time. Hawks think, you say river like long time.
Yeah, I don't think we have that much time, believe it or not. I'm a little sketchy on the details myself.
When Kevin said that he's had 2 or possibly 3 childhoods, I would like to insight and use my ear for deceit.
She's skill checking you, bro. You gonna take that?
Can I determine whether or not she's trying to do that?
It's just an insight check, but if you're lying, then
you roll I guess deception to see if you beat it if you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
He's not lying.
I'll roll perception to see if she's doing it.
I got a 24.
All right. Well, you'll probably take it anyway.
Are you being coy about your insight into him, or you like?
I mean, I
bluntly like light in his face, like, are you fucking lying?
No, I imagine like how she does insight checks is sort of just like observing like their body language and like how they say something or their cadence, things like that, just to see if they're You know,
I was
if they're
hoping for an
lying or
Inquisition
something.
moment.
There is no lying in him, Tony.
No.
Oh,
And the thing is, for ear for deceit, it's just that if they are lying to me and I roll below a certain number, then I get to treat it like at least a higher number.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I am being very truthful to you right now.
speaking of lying, I found a fucking cool ass magic item in Ravenloft when I was doing my studies.
Yeah.
Straight up, way up Kaeviir's alley.
What
It's
is
called the Hookah of Truth.
Hookah of truth.
The Hookah of Truth. It's
if you-
legit fucking Ravenloft.
If you smoke it, you have to tell the truth.
Oh, no, as you're smoking it, the smoke around causes a zone of truth.
Oh, rad.
And the people around are like, not only does it create a zone of truth, that it makes them want to like actually speak the truth.
Oh, like, want to
So it makes
volunteer
them want to,
information.
yeah, no,
Nice.
it's.
Wow.
I mean, it's like or second edition. It's third and second edition, but yeah, no, it's. I was like, yeah, we're putting this somewhere in the game.
Well,
But it's green fucking Kaeviir.
Well, I am telling the truth.
Okay. I'm just trying to sort of establish, like, because last game, like, Kess noticed the pipe that he always smokes, and she like checked the broken one that she's had in her backpack. So I'm just trying to establish that she's sort of looking at things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make conversation. I'm gonna while my feet are kicked up on the side, I'm gonna kind of lay back and kind of undo my tie a little bit. Yep. 2 childhoods, 3 arguably. Arguably. I've been married twice. I have a daughter. What else is there?
Is she older than you right now?
My daughter?
Is she older than how you look right now?
She's not older than
That's
me.
a trick question.
She's not older than me. That doesn't make sense.
Does she? But I'm saying, is she older than how you look presently? Because you look like you're about 16. Is she older than that?
Yeah, she is older than 16.
Okay.
Yeah. She's she had sort of an issue. She was kind of she had aged to around her 20s, and then had stopped living for a while, and apparently has recently come back. So I look forward to speaking to her again.
Point of order. Stopped living?
Not dead, just not actively living.
There's another tidbit of information.
Difference?
Out.
There's a difference?
You people's perception of what being alive is so binary.
I mean, as far as I know, you're alive or you're not alive. Now, granted, there is sort of that in-between state of undead that we tend to run into around here, but not alive sounds different to me.
Wow.
I mean, there's like undead and then there's dead. So maybe there's like states other
unalive?
than that.
What about a ghost? Would a ghost be undead to you? How about a spirit? What about astral projection? What if you were on a different plane, but your body was still tethered here? What if you were to shift in time? What if your body were to split in two and one of them were to die, the other were to live, and then they were to be remerged? What form would you be then? There's lots of different.
Really hadn't given it that much thought, I suppose.
No, why would you? You're only going to live once and then you're going to be gone.
That's typically the natural order of things.
Well,
you get one life, you try and make the best of it.
Nah, you'll get it on the second go. It's always easier the second time.
And yet here you are complaining about it.
No, childhood. Childhood's different. Childhood's always very annoying.
Okay.
I've been reborn multiple times. Been a child 2-3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this last time was unplanned. So I'm not having a good time.
Is this something that anybody can do?
You can. It's more a privilege than a it's not impossible. Yeah, the technology's there. You could do it.
Is it expensive?
It's not. It's priceless.
But do I have to pay someone so I can
No, it's
come
priceless.
back like you?
Right.
It
So
costs souls. I'm kidding. I just like throwing fucked up shit in.
so
I mean,
like
if I don't have to die, then I want to know about this.
yeah.
Well, you're gonna live forever anyway, right?
I mean, I live for a long time.
There are bardic songs about you. You will never die.
That's not true. I've seen songs that were popular 1,200 years ago that never get sung anymore. There's some pretty good ones too. I loved the music from the beginning of the 10th age. It had a real flair to it.
You
I
should
don't sing songs like that anymore.
you should sing one at the next tavern we go to.
No, thank you.
Sing, Hawk says.
This thing's about to get kicked into the water. This is Ravenloft.
Yeah, you kick him into the water. We're going to be going around in circles because only one oar is going to get pulled on.
Hey yo.
You see Hawks actually begin to look over the side into the water for a bit as he paddles along.
Everything all right, Hawks?
Hawks thinks so.
Care to be more specific about that?
There's something down there Hawks don't know.
I'm gonna thieves cant to Adri.
Kestrel.
Kestrel, sorry. I'm actually testing something right now. You should be able to read this, yeah? Yeah. We've done this before, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you detect magic? Like using a ritual or something?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Rain? I'm trying not to speak, so I'm just gonna gesture. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hang my head off of the side of the boat. Just kind of like off to the side.
I'm gonna move towards Kevin a little bit to like grab him by the back of the coat if need be.
I'm going to slide over a little bit towards Hawks just to try and see if I can catch over the lip of the boat.
What's in
Alright.
the what's in the boat right now?
Well,
Anything that was
right?
No, I mean like
Oh.
material wise. Was there anything like a bag of grain or supplies or anything in here?
Yeah. I mean, you guys got rations from them.
Right, anything heavy.
Oh,
Something that would sink.
yeah.
I'm in my armor.
No, something less.
Oh, please, God, yes, throw her overboard. I mean, no, don't. Save the elf.
Kess just walks right off the edge of the boat, thunk into the
I
water.
got this shit. Fuck.
What about a piece of gold or something like that, or silver, copper?
I can scrounge up a coin.
Oh
if
yeah, I
that's
mean,
what you want to throw.
I mean, there's stuff you guys can drop in the water.
All right, I'm going to put my finger up against my lip and tell everyone to shh. Right?
Mhm.
I'm going to take the coin and I'm going to throw it off to the side that Hawks was on, kind of where he was looking, but a little further off from the boat, and just have it go straight up and then straight down and plunk into the water.
So you cast light on it, you said?
No, I wasn't going to
Okay.
cast light on it. I just want to
Okay.
see the reaction to anything.
Okay. All right. So you flip the coin up. It goes up. It goes down in the water.
Maybe about 5-6 feet out from the boat.
Okay.
I want to throw it up in the air so it comes straight down, not at an angle or anything, and I want it to make a
Okay, no,
noise
that's fine.
as it hits. Yeah, so good height on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to focus very intently on both the rings and the location where it made contact.
Give me perceptions.
23.
24.
Oh, no, it is 24. I got that coin that Adri gave me forever ago. That gives me +1 to everything.
All right.
I'm not looking over the boat. I'm like literally prepared. If something grabs Kevin, I want to like be ready to grab him and pull him back.
Not understood.
So that's what I'm concentrating on.
All right. You see the shadows in the water that seem to be moving, like long cylinder shadows under the water. Few of them dart over towards where the coin hit. Why there's looks I guess swarmish of others under the boat still.
Anime boyfriend.
Where do they all seem like they came from different directions? Do they move as a school? Are they independent and separate?
In kind of in between independent and separate and as a school. I mean, they're moving as like a swarm underneath the boat.
Just underneath the boat?
Part of the ones you see on that side, yes. There are those that broke off to go after the coin, and eventually the shadows come back.
All right, I'm gonna take a handful of change. Okay.
All right.
And I'm gonna put my finger against my lip again. I'm not even gonna go just to gesture to everyone to be quiet. And then I'm going to take the coin, and I'm going to skip it from about where the last one hit, and try to skip it away from the boat.
Okay.
You want me to do a sleight of hand or something like that?
Yes, please.
27.
Oh. Yeah, no. How many are you skipping?
I'm going to do a couple at a time, or one
Okay.
at a time, but I'm going to do a couple in a row. Sorry.
Okay. So
I'm going to try to point them all kind of in the same direction, so it seems like something's skittering across the water.
okay.
I want to get at least 3 skips on each stone. If I can do more, that's even better. But or on each coin.
Right. Sorry, making sure I had something right.
I'm going to, after the first skip, I'm gonna wait to see what happens, and then I'm going to gesture, to Rain with Thieves' Cant, and I'm gonna tell him, when I take my hat off, row like crazy. And I'm gonna kind of take my hand and I'm gonna point kind of close to shore.
All right. So as the skips happen, the various coins go across, skip in the water. You see multiple shadows shoot fast towards them. As they're skipping and skipping, you see one come up out of the water and snag it. And what you see is to be a large snake.
A snake, huh?
And then you see quite a few others snag and snag and snag.
All right. I'm going to take 3 coins in one hand, and I'm going to try to throw all 3 of them to skip them around that location to try to draw as much attention over there as possible.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll again?
Yes, please.
Oh, fucking A. I'm awesome at this. 29.
You throw 3 more, and the skipping ones the first set have already stopped skipping, and they were on their way back until the skipping started across the water again. They shoot after him, and then more shoot out from under the boat. You see the shadow mass under the boat begin to thin as
I'm going to keep
they start
doing it.
spreading out around you guys.
I'm going to do it a few more times. One more kind of over in that direction to keep them occupied. And I'm going to take my hand and put it on my hat. And I'm going to take 3 more in the other and throw them in the other direction, kind of off towards the way. And I'm getting ready. As soon as I see them break, I'm going to take my hat off.
All right. Same thing as before. The minute the water starts, a series of snakes shoot out from where this mass swarm was underneath and go that way and end up jumping and trying to snag the coins as they're moving.
When he takes his hat off, can I, assuming that I saw the message that he gave to Rain, can I take the oar from Hawks and start rowing with Rain?
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm also gonna be prepared with a. I'm gonna use I guess a knife, short sword. Wait a minute. How do boats work? Small boats. Do they
Um,
if something increases movement speed?
it depends on how you're balanced, I believe, and how the weight.
Can you use the dash action with a boat?
It would
If everybody was just
require
like, like
that would actually with paddling, a lot of it is skill, not strength.
Right.
Because I mean, you may have the strongest
I was just curious if you could
um I did a lot of canoeing back in my teenage years to early stuff. Um and it's actually about the skill of your stroke. I mean you could be the buffest dude up front and paddle like an idiot and you're not going to get anywhere.
I'm just
But
curious though if a boat is capable of dashing.
if the ones paddling were in unison, and I would say dexterity checks the most, we'd go by dexterity. Not necessarily strength, but I mean, as long as they're paddling in unison and they're hitting in the right spots, I mean, it could possibly work.
I'm
I
just
mean, you could
curious.
accelerate pretty fast. It also depends on the boat and
Self
the way it was made. If
self
how it breaks the
imply
water.
oh, we're about to have a Rachel argument.
Dun, 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 dun.
Self is the caster, so that's a non-relevant point that I'm making here. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and let Rachel just win this one without even arguing it.
Well,
I haven't said anything.
Because I know how it's gonna go, so I'm just not going to.
I was literally looking for the boat rules. I don't know anything about the boat rules.
No, but I know that this spell says self, so I can't cast it on the boat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on what I'm reading here, although someone did make a suggestion that using dash could increase the speed by 1.5x, what it does seem like most people are basically what they're suggesting is that it is an athletics check
Mm,
with a DC 10. For every 5 that you exceed the DC, the speed is increased by a certain multiple. So if the speed of the boat was 10, a DC 15 would make you move at 20 feet per round. A DC 20 would get you to 25 feet per round, et cetera, et cetera.
all right.
So it is.
What if you were to grease the bottom of a boat? Would the viscosity of the water be released?
Mm,
Actually, I can answer the question for Theo on that one specifically.
okay.
If you blend oil and water together in a turbulent motion, you actually increase viscosity.
Okay.
So it would make it harder for the boat to move through.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, then never mind.
Oh.
Yes.
Good to know.
That's why salad dressing separates a little more slowly than the individual constituents because it's an emulsion. It has higher viscosity in that form.
I love.
Oh God, I never Nate.
It's great. It's great to have the like. I need to know how this works, and instead of having to Google it, a lot of times if it's chemistry, I assassinate.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We need some of that what is it called? Aquaphobic powder.
You need a surfactant is what you need to lower the surface tension of the water. Although that's still arguably not going to help you a whole lot. I mean, if you want to increase
we want to increase on the paddles though. Increase we want to increase the friction on the paddles with the water. So if I oiled the paddle, then that would speed up.
Honestly, what you want to do is you want to decrease the friction of the hull of the boat.
Right. But we can't do that using the tools that we have. But if we were to do that to the paddles, then they'd push more water, right? They would slip off less easily.
If you coated them in oil, you would make them hydrophobic.
So it'd push water away harder, right? It would grip the water. You said oil and water mixing makes.
Well, oil and water, are not. It's different when they're in bulk phases as opposed to surfaces. So
There's only one real way to mix them, and that's with the cationic element of positive and negative neutron switching. No, we actually do it in asphalt. It's how you make emulsifier.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nerds.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah, see, David and I, we are on two sides of the coin. David wants to make an emulsion, and I don't, and that's the difference. He wants to emulsify things, and I want to demulsify them.
And that's why this marriage will never work.
That's right.
But God damn it, we're gonna give it the college try.
Yeah,
I want to emulsify your butthole, and you want to demulsify your butthole.
yes.
Okay, so instead of that, I'm just gonna be ready. Okay, I'm gonna keep skipping coins until I can get the snakes as sort of spread out as possible.
Snakes
as the snakes as
the snake's
Get
ass.
these
Got
snakes off my motherfucking boat.
I want to get the snakes as spread out as possible,
Gotcha.
so that way reduce the amount of over the edge attacks that we'll have to deal with while you guys are rowing. As that happens, as I'm skipping the coins, I'm going to slightly kind of move towards the center of the boat near where you guys are, so that way if they pop out, I can go ahead and hit the snakes. I'm going to go ahead and take out a short sword.
All right.
And
actually,
so just something I feel the need to bring up.
Uh-oh.
So we've been rowing along in this boat. No sense of really how long these snakes might have been following us. They may have been following us for quite some time, and Hawks just now noticed them underneath the boat, right?
Right.
They weren't attacking the boat. They were just swimming alongside it. They didn't get aggressive until we started throwing things in the water, right? I mean,
right. But they broke off and then came right back to the boat.
True. But like, we've been putting the oars in the water. Have they been attacking the oars?
No.
I mean, sometimes dolphins will swim alongside my pirate ship because we throw chum overboard and leftover food and stuff, and they feed off of it. I'm just trying to think.
Sometimes sharks follow something until they're attacking it.
True. But we don't really. What I'm saying is that are we jumping the gun here by provoking the snakes? Were the snakes ever going to attack us in the first place? That's the only thing I'm asking.
Well, my thing is that even if they were just drawn to, say, the shadow of the boat, something that they would maybe wanted to kind of stick close to,
yeah,
by spreading them out like that and then getting a good running start on them, maybe they'll find some other shadowy thing like near the bank or near something else, and they won't be nearby. The idea, though, that there's this many of them underneath the boat is never something I'm comfortable with.
No, I understood. I'm just sitting here. It's just like these snakes have just been kind of chilling out, floating under the boat because it's nice and cool under there because they're not in the direct sunlight. And the next thing you know, we start stabbing in the water like,
well,
hey,
there's no direct sunlight. So
well, that's true. But I mean, you see where I'm coming from. Just like
right. But all it takes is for one of them to make the decision to try to get outside and around on top of the surface that they're seeing, and then all of a sudden you have 50,000 of them trying to flip the boat. And the heavy armor girl is in the water, and maybe Shark Boy gets to survive, but the rest of us are going to have some trouble. So I don't know. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to trust in the kindness of underwater shadow snakes.
No. I was just sitting here thinking of the always going on the defensive. Is that always the best? In other words,
we're in fucking Ravenloft, bro. Yes,
I know.
It's always good to be on the defensive.
Okay.
Oh God, I love that. I love that. Thank you, Dees. I love that line.
Fair enough. I cannot argue that point.
I'm just. We can argue whether or not we should be trusting of the snakes once we're on shore.
I look at it this way. It's now whacking day. Let's get after them snakes. Okay.
I'm just. Look, you guys do whatever you guys feel like doing, but I don't trust these motherfuckers, a little bit. Once I was made aware of them, we're going to handle them as though they've always been a threat.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the DM has put something in our path. It is almost assuredly going to be a bad thing. I'm just,
Yeah, it does seem strange that he would describe them
as yes,
right,
if they weren't relevant.
No, I agree. Sure.
That is player knowledge. That being said, Kaeviir was just made aware of a bunch of fucking snakes underneath this boat.
Sure.
Looked over, saw one of my friends in fucking heavy armor, and was like, maybe we should find a way out of this. So Throwing those, I'm going to take the hat off, and I'm going to, as soon as the hat has been taken off, put it back on, and then get ready, standing over them with a sword, so that if anything comes over the edge of the boat, I want to make a sneak attack on it.
Yeah, you might want to hold on too, because inertia is going to get you if we start speeding up the rowing.
I'm pretty dexterous.
All right.
Okay, just warning you.
As this hat comes off, give me athletic checks.
Athletics.
Let me know what you guys roll before you give them. Wow.
Do you have your
20?
portent rolls already?
24.
Yeah, 17
Okay.
and hold on, and 12. Yeah,
Okay.
17 and 12.
Mine is bad.
You get a second roll. What was your roll?
4.
Help action.
Thank you. 21.
Yo.
What was yours, Mr. Trichet?
24.
Rain gets advantage because he's a pirate.
Yay! Oh wait, do I?
Advantage.
Yes.
All right, hang on. That wasn't any better. So 24.
All
yes.
All right. So the two of them begin to pick. Okay, so DC 10, you had a 24 and there was a 20.
21.
All right, so 10 feet over the speed limit or the normal speed. You guys are pumping. As you guys are rowing, Hawks is going up.
I get the sense that since Cass has grabbed the oar, he's just kind of like getting picked
Yep.
up off the seat every so often.
This is like one of those like comedy pirate moments where he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck on the fin." All right, give me 3 perception checks, Kaeviir.
You want?
I mean, Kevin.
You want 3?
3. Yes, sir.
23,
That's a good.
Nice.
29,
That's a better.
Whoa.
and I'm gonna take the 12. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the 12. So 25.
Nice.
Actually, it should be +1 on all those. So 24, 30, and 26.
All right. 3 are coming up. 2 are aiming at you. 1 is aiming at Rain. Which one do you strike?
The one that's aiming at Rain.
Yay!
All right. Attack.
Okay. Sneak attack.
Since
Since it doesn't know that I know it's coming. It's gonna
sure.
pop its
And
head up and be
also-
like,
And also he is adjacent. Like if it's attacking Rain, then he and Rain are flanking it, which would also give him advantage for sneak
it
attack.
would be on the same side. Right?
No. Yeah.
Don't you
Also,
see that?
Rain's rowing. He's not threatening it.
He could hit it with an oar. He's
And then
holding
you
a
guys would
weapon
be
to go,
off and the boat may slow down and turn.
but
Yeah, I
it's
think
still
it's-
threatening with the oar.
I'm going to.
I'll try to use this math on you next time we play Bardic.
Maybe I'm just maybe
I
it's just my
threaten it with my-
presence, my presence that's threatening. Did you ever think about that?
No, I never thought about
no,
that.
nobody thought about that.
No,
Of course
no,
not.
no.
All right, so my roll
Assholes.
is 14 plus 5 plus. We got proficiency to attack with a weapon that I'm proficient with, right?
Yes.
19, 24, 25.
All right, you hit.
Sneak attack?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I need to buff these dice up. So it's going to be, what is it, 1d6 for the short sword? Correct?
Yes.
Right? Is it 1d8 or 1d6?
Wouldn't it be?
Short sword's D6.
Mul- Oh, I thought you meant for the sneak attack. Sorry.
No. All right. That was weird. 19.
All right. Yeah, you obliterate the snake, dude. You completely slide all the way down.
Sorry, +5. Sorry. Sorry, yeah, okay.
All good. Are you wielding in the offhand as well?
No, just the one hand.
Okay.
I don't want
So-
to take the negatives.
Does he slice it horizontally like a cucumber, or does he slice it right down the center?
I will chop its
Like
fucking
a
head.
hot dog.
Nate, it's
Ah.
hamburger or hot dog.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry.
Oh, she beat me to it. I was doing the full motion.
Oh my god.
She slices like a hot dog.
You know what's so frustrating? Like right after that conversation, right? I was on the internet and somebody said hamburger hot dog, and I just literally exited the entire conversation. I was just like, I'm out.
The one snake aiming at you misses you completely and lands in the boat at your feet.
Okay.
The other one has a 16 to you attack.
Okay. A 16 is going to
against
hit.
your AC.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a DC con of 10.
Oh god.
That's 6 damage plus.
You want a con save?
Yes, sir.
Cass, I just heard we got a
13 total.
Oh, you pass it. Awesome. So you only take half poison damage.
I heard we got a free snake in the boat's what I heard.
Yes, you did too. There's a second one on the boat.
There's a snake in my boat.
That is
Okay,
the
so-
episode title.
That is the episode title.
All right, so 6 damage of the original bite, and then an extra 4 damage from the poison.
Okay.
That rolled really badly. And that one, as you know, as it bites you, slips off the siding back into the water. And okay, give me rowing.
Rowing again. So is rowing taking up our entire action?
Probably.
Pretty physically exerting.
Yeah. Hey,
29.
29.
I got a 13.
Roll again.
Okay. I got a 13.
Oh my god. Wait, can I use lucky on someone else?
No.
No. So, all right. I'm probably going to regret asking this, but the help action gives them advantage or just has them re-roll?
It gives them advantage.
Shouldn't she be rolling 3 then with Elven accuracy?
It's not an attack, right?
It's not an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
Unless
I
she's
didn't regret
rolling
asking
fucking
that.
weird.
Yeah, it's
All right.
specifically for attack rolls for Elven accuracy.
So, I mean, you guys only get 5, or actually, yeah, I'll give you guys 5 over because Rain was able to pop it twice, and then you did beat over the 10. So, all right.
I still have a move action, don't I? Since I didn't have to move to attack the thing. Can I use my move action to pass a skill check to use my foot to flip the snake back into the water?
Give me athletics.
Athletics or sleight of foot?
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. I'll lean to acrobatics.
Okay, acrobatics is better.
And then give me a second acrobatics to not fall in the water as you do it with the inertia of the boat.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm going to use lucky to re-roll that.
Oh no.
Oh, it's not bad.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh no.
So the first one was 11. That's 12 on the acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'll say you flipped it in the water.
Ugh, thank God. I got some age rolls there for a minute.
Hey.
And what was your to stay in the boat roll?
Oh, you need a second one for that?
Well, so as you're doing the motion to flip it out of the boat with your foot, you don't get lost in the inertia and fall over.
Okay. That's another, what's it called?
Another acrobatics.
Oh God, lucky. Okay. No, you know what? God damn it. I don't want to use my other portent. It's really good. I could lucky and then portent. This would be my second lucky. I'm gonna lucky again. Is that okay?
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm just gonna portent. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 17 plus 5.
All right.
22.
You hold your footing and you guys land.
Fuck, I have one more lucky.
Okay.
Boy, I'm substantially less good this game.
Oh, no.
At this point, Hawks, you guys kind of feel a light coming from his fingertips as he starts holding up his hand.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god, if he shoots a fireball into this boat.
He's gonna fireball.
You guys all have a reaction. I'll give you as you see him beginning to prep a fireball.
Where is he aiming
Hawks,
it?
no.
He's trying to get to the side of the boat behind you guys, or behind them to aim outside the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as it's way over there or something like that, I'm fine with it.
Do we know that that's how far he's casting it away?
Yeah, that thing has a 20-foot blast radius.
Yeah.
He would be aware of that.
He would be, but he's also Hawks.
I'm going to yell. Or not yell, I guess I'll just whisper. Oh, I'm sorry. Kess, I thought you were doing something.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, this boat is made of wood. Like, stop.
I think everybody's reaction is over there, like all at the same time. Fuck.
Anyone going at it, or trying to stop him? Give me either a persuasion or an intimidation.
I'll do a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh my god. Fucking 11.
20.
Ooh. Hawks like, but snakes burn. Hawks want to burn snakes.
Wood also burns, and this entire boat is made of wood. And then I will sink to the bottom of the river.
We all will once we get attacked by snakes.
He just stops his fireball and calms down.
Thank you.
Or shoot it over there so they'll go over that way.
Okay. He aims out of the back and fires off a fireball out the back. There's a massive wave behind you guys that sets off in the water.
And all I can say now is, aren't you glad you didn't grease the surface of the water?
Oh, it's gonna grease the bottom of the boat.
Well, that could have been bad too.
Not if he shoots it over there. In all fairness, whether the boat is greased or not, if he shoots a fireball to where it'll hit the boat, we're all fucked anyway.
Yeah.
There's chunks of snakes flying back on you guys from behind the boat.
Oh, gross.
Snake chunks.
Oh, it's like that scene in Tremors where they blow up the graboid and then it...
I love that you called it a graboid like they do in the movie.
That's what they are. They're graboids.
Yeah, most people call them sandworms, but yeah, it was a
that's
graboid. It's technically correct.
All right, so are you guys still trying to aim straight, or what are you guys doing?
I'm not rowing, so
are there any more like shadows of this school of snakes?
Not really underneath you guys at the moment.
All right. Well, then as Kess is rowing, she's sort of like picking chunks of snake off of her armor. And she's like, do we want to stop for a minute? Or do we want to keep going?
I say keep going while we're snake free.
Right.
No snakes, no breaks.
We've made a snake wake behind us. We should take advantage of it.
Snake wake.
All right.
It's like shake weight, but snake weight.
So I guess we keep going.
All right.
Row your boat.
Go ahead and give me another athletics set.
22.
9.
Again. I'm over here teaching this bitch how to row.
9.
Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Are you rolling it a second time or are you just looking at it a second time?
I'm rolling it a second time and it's the exact same number. That's happened twice.
Stroke.
I just rolled 2 5s and a 2.
Stroke. Oh no.
Those D's.
So I got a 9.
Oh. Yeah, your guys' rhythm goes off and he overpowers. You guys begin swinging one way in a circle.
I'm just trying to get
towards the shore.
I just stop rowing and I'm just like picking snake out of my armor.
As you stop rowing, he continues to row and you guys kind of begin turning in a circle.
Hey. Let's focus.
Hawks loses his grip off the oar, and then Kestrel smacks him in the head with it and throws herself off.
Hawks just like,
all right.
Oar ride's done.
Sorry.
Yay! All right, he tries to hold both oars again. Fun,
guys. Again.
All right. Jeez.
And if she does that again, then you hang up and don't push as hard. Keep an eye
on her. Hawks is like, I can help. Firebolt.
No.
And he's trying to do firebolts in the sky as he does count strokes.
That will not help.
I'm going to point at him and I'm like, sit down. Don't do anything.
He sits. He just kind of looks sad now.
Yeah, well, we'll make you happy later. Just you sit for now.
You got us in trouble.
All right,
I have to yell at this guy all the time. It's unbelievable.
All right, last roll going, and then you guys can get back to your river travel.
Oh God.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna let
19.
Ooh.
Now here comes my shit roll. Let's watch it. 20.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you guys are coasting down hard. Just
okay.
Like got fucking Harvard rowing team on this bitch.
All right. So, I mean, we can fast forward down the river. Don't need to, unless you want me to keep rolling encounters.
No. And also, by the way, I'd like to take this moment. I mean, you can totally clip this out, but you could leave it in if you want. The snakes were a threat, and they were.
Look,
in fucking Ravenloft. If he describes,
I had the card sitting.
Look, I'm just saying,
I always have a stack of cards next to this.
It's always a presumption of guilt. Sometimes snakes just want to be cool and hang out with you. I don't know.
When?
I don't.
Name a time that a snake has ever been cool. The DM described a snake and you were like, boy, I feel comfortable right now.
I see plenty of videos on TikTok of people playing with their little danger noodles and they're just fun.
That's Florida white, bro. We're not that white.
We're in Ravenloft. Again.
Is
No, I've seen those videos too on TikTok.
Okay,
that rattlesnake motherfucker is going to get bit. I'm sorry.
I will just make the assumption that from now on we are in Australia and that everything is out to kill me.
It is worse than Australia out here. It is worse than Australia out here.
Fucking drop bears and shit.
I'm just saying, like, if you're like in fucking, I don't know, Maine, right? And you're just walking down the road and there's like a little girl that's just out by herself. You're just
run.
Like, oh, look, a little girl.
Run.
No, I'm just like, hey, it's a kid. All right? It's just a kid. If you're in a La Quinta Inn and you see two little girls standing in a hallway, probably okay. You know what I mean? If you're in a Stephen King hotel and you see two fucking little girls standing in a hallway, you need to go back in your fucking room. You need to go in there now. If you're in ice. You don't need any ice.
If you're in a Stephen King hotel and you see two little girls, you're like, wow, he must have given me complimentary cocaine when I got here and I didn't even realize it.
It's the little girls deliver the cocaine.
Wow.
Cocaine delivery service. It's a feature of every Stephen King property that you can visit.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So If you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail.
He invented cocaine. He'll save children, but not the
It's
British, children.
Oh.
Okay.
He made love like an eagle falling out of the sky. Killed his sensei in a duel, and he never said why. 12 feet tall, made of radiation. I'm like, what? What?